Hey everybody, just wanted to share some info with you guys about shaft lean or handle lean or hosel lean, whatever you kind of want to call it, but lowering dynamic loft to encourage a higher smash factor, to encourage more distance, lower ball flight, and get rid of that scoop. So, the big thing that happens with scooping style players is they're adding all this dynamic loft. So in this case, this player is adding 32 degrees of dynamic loft at the moment of impact. Okay, so right about here, that club has 32 degrees of loft on it. And over here, we are down to 22.6. We're going to see ball flight of 182 versus ball flight of 139. So this was a few sessions in. It wasn't an immediate change, but it was quite a big one. And when we look at it from this camera angle, the things that you're going to see that I want you to kind of take notice of at least is where the shoulders are kind of pointing. Okay, versus this, we're a lot squarer in this video on the right. We have way more pelvic rotation over here on the right. Okay, and again, we could look at this in 3D, but this shows us a pretty darn good view of rotation. When I turn it around to down the line, we kind of start to see the left glute, we start to see the front side of the belt, we start to see that left hammy appearing, and here we're very, very, very square. Right, even here at impact. So we're very, very square. I can still see the right shin. I can see a lot of the left arm. Now, the big change here is that this player over here on the right, same guy obviously, is not trying to lean the handle forward. Okay, that's a big concept. He's not trying. Over here on the left, he's trying to get his hands back in front of his body to drag that handle across his body. And that's just not how impact actually works. When we see him here, we see actually more shaft lean, less dynamic loft, all that really good stuff. But the way that he's getting that is to stop trying to get the arms back out in front of him. It's actually to leave the arms behind his center and rotate his center. And that's a really, really big concept. We can see what happens. That torque value goes way, way up. Okay. We start to see that dynamic loft come down, all that great stuff. And again, in this case, it's just a context of where impact is actually occurring. And in this case, he's trying to hit it with the trail side of his body instead of the lead. When we try to hit it with the lead, we can't do it. We actually end up under rotating and yanking the handle forward, causing low point and face control issues. Okay. So looking at this from a face-on angle, what I mean by trail side impact is actually going to occur when the hands are about here. Okay, now I haven't rotated at all. I'm going to now just add that pivot and look at what happens. I'm not moving my arms across my body. I'm not trying to get this elbow back in front of me. I'm getting the arms to here and I'm adding rotation to that impact. Okay? So when we swing the golf club down, we're not pulling the handle. If I start to pull the handle from up top, it's coming here. If that handle is moving independently, it's moving downward. The right arm is starting to straighten. And then I'm adding the rotation, and that's what gets the club back out in front. Now from here, it certainly looks like that impact is happening in front of me. But if I take this camera angle from here, now you can see that this part of my body is actually ahead of the golf club, even though it looks like this. So a good way to understand this is put yourself in this really good impact position, and then just return the body to square. Put yourself in this really good desired impact position and return your body to its square position. You'll see how far the hands are actually behind you. When we start to pull that handle forward, we start to get ourselves into real trouble. The face is not where it needs to be. Oftentimes we start to get steep and the path shifts across the golf ball, all this really kind of bad stuff. So understanding that impact happens here with rotation, where we're hitting it kind of with our right side, is really important to get rid of that scoop. When we slide this way, trying to get the arms out in front of us, we get to here and there's no way I can hit that golf ball. So I end up doing this. Okay, that's what I mean when the body's in the wrong position. And a lot of times that's the wrong concept. Okay, so we go over here, there's no way I can hit that golf ball with a square club face, so I'm gonna start to dump my angles. Okay, so if you understand that we're supposed to have forward shaft lean, hosel lean, whatever, understand that it's happening here with rotation. Okay, now we've talked a lot about how to get that rotation through the frontal plane, through some verticals, through some horizontal Y concept here, or some AP forces. and there'll be more on that to come. But understanding that with trail side, I think it's really, really important to get rid of that scoop. Okay. I hope that really helps somebody out there. If you've got any questions, leave them in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, we'll see you again soon. Take care.